how we're doing today, guys. Welcome to Schmexpert, our weekly comedy-educational impromptu teaching game. With special guest
David.
David, what are we learning today, David?
Oh, we're going to learn about systems virtualization in the computer server room and desktop virtualization in the office environment.
Oh man!
How long have you been doing whatever that thing was for?
I've been doing IT for about 25 years.
25 years. Do you think you're ready to teach it to people who probably know very to little about it?
As long as they know less than me, then I am ready.
I'm sure they do. I still don't know what we're talking about. All right, and today we have comedians that we're going to be teaching stuff to.
Hello, I'm Dylan.
I'm Ramiro.
I'm Tim.
I'm Connor, and I get the special mic.
That's true, you get your own.
Well, I'm going to share with him.
Oh, how nice of you. We are ready to learn, Mr. Zachary, Mr. David.
Are you ready to teach?
I believe I am.
All right, we're going to go over to giving you control of the crane.
Cool.
Hooray.
Yay.
Yeah.
Who is first? We didn't decide that.
Oh, wait.
First. All right, we're going first. Tim's first.
Tim's first.
And then Dylan.
And then me.
And then on and on.
Okay, yeah, that's me.
Last
You're going to
again.
go last? Last
Last
again?
again.
Do you want to switch with me? You can.
Sure, I'll switch with you.
All right, I'll go last.
I'd like to
First,
learn something this
Second, third, fourth.
First is the worst.
First up is Tim.
All right, cool. Let's do it. I will get you a lab coat.
We need a lab coat.
Excellent. It's very cold in here. I could use a coat.
Is it cold? Yeah, it's
No.
so cold in here, guys.
It's so cold. I could use a lab coat.
time. I think they're getting
We
it.
do have a lab coat.
You know, wearing a lab coat can make you smarter.
It's
There's a
plus 5 to intellect, I
They've
believe.
done studies on it.
And glasses.
I don't know about the glasses.
It has not worked with me so far. I'll say that. It's true.
Tim to have this microphone.
Doesn't matter. No, he can have it.
I'm excited for all the marker colors.
Great flexibility. I'm in need of education, so I need colors. Oh, you were a first expert to put them in your pocket.
It seems like the expert move.
We're treading new ground.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I'm ready for this, but we'll see. We're gonna do it. Oh, going bold.
All right.
Look at that.
Yeah, we can start with pink. Am I supposed to have a timer? Do you guys know?
Yeah,
when?
all right, guys. So starting off, you're going to have 5 minutes to teach Timmy Boy here your full lesson.
Okay, great. So we're going to talk about server virtualization. And have you ever played emulated video game, like something on an emulator, like a ROM, NES, anything like that, on your computer? Exactly. So the concept of virtualization is kind of like the concept of emulation. Is what we're going to do is we're going to run a computer on top of another computer. So we have our like desktop PC or something, and then we're going to run on top of that the emulated version of
that in the Bible?
that was in the Bible. That is
PCs on top of other PCs?
Leviticus 37:11, I believe, was where that came from. And so the point was you're supposed to run
12.
your emulated game on top of a physical device. Yeah. And so
Oh, I'm not supposed to be listening to this.
No, you're not.
you should not be listening to this at all.
Yeah,
And
Now that
so
he's
what we
gone.
have is in a server environment, we have something very similar down in the server room of pretty much every organization, like Twitch or I don't know, a bank or something like that. And so what we have is we start with, I'm going to switch I like blue, this is a bold color. We have the idea of it's a hypervisor, and this is a computer with it's loaded with memory, it's loaded with CPUs, and it's loaded with network cards, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to put a bunch of hypervisors in a rack system.
Who needs
Right.
a supervisor? You got a hypervisor.
Yeah, hypervisor is going to be supervising even better than a no visor. I don't know. I don't have a good word for that. That was terrible, but we'll go with it. So we've got like a bunch of CPUs in all these systems, and we've got a bunch of memory in all these systems, and these are some very expensive computer systems. And what we're going to do is we're going to hook them all up to a switch, not the Nintendo Switch, but it's going to be to a network switch, and we want to get about 2 of those in there. And we're going to plug in our network wires. We're going to go one here, one here. We're going to go another one down here, another one up here. We're going to go one here and one here, because what we want to do is we want to provide a redundancy of network and computing resources between the servers.
Such cable management.
It's very much, there can be a lot of cables in there, and the point to all this is what we're going to be able to do is we're going to be able to run, just like we were talking about the emulated game on top of your computer at home. We're going to be able to run desktops not desktops, servers on top of these hypervisors. So what we're going to do is we're going to create. So these servers may all be like a Linux server, and what we're going to do is we're going to run maybe a box on this computer, a box on this computer. Let's put it on the computer because it's more awesome there. So we're going to put a box on this computer, another box on this computer. These are all like Windows boxes, like Windows servers or a Linux server or something like that.
And they look like Pac-Man ghosts.
Yeah, and they can all run on top of these hypervisors. And there's one part I forgot to draw in here, but we're going to go ahead and draw it in anyway. We'll make this pink, and this is a SAN, is a storage area network, and these are boxes of storage devices. This is basically a bunch of hard drives down here, and we're going to just put on these hard drives, we're going to put all the data we need. So what's going to happen is these hard drives are going to be connected to the network. Whoops, let's go ahead and connect it to both switches there. And so what's happening is the operating system of, is that 1 minute left or 1 minute?
1 minute left.
Great, okay, so the operating system
1 minute
here,
has passed.
wow, that's one long minute. The operating system here, the data for this operating system, for this Windows or Linux operating system, is actually down here on one of these hard drives. We don't know which hard drive it's on, and what can actually happen is these 2 switches here, we can actually have this computer, if this computer were to fall apart, drop dead or something, all of these Windows operating systems or these Windows servers or Linux servers are going to go ahead and move up here to the other systems. So we lose a system here, and they actually can just pick up here, and what's going to happen is the server is going to say, well, I know that the data's down here, and I'm just going to go ahead and run this server over up on this server here.
Unless they build a wall and pass immigration reform that prohibits that from happening.
Exactly. This is my I'm done alarm.
He made this alarm himself. Patent pending.
All right.
I hope you do well teaching server virtualization in 5 minutes to your.
Actually, 4 minutes. Time
4
goes
minutes.
down by a minute for the next.
Pass this off.
I will
Trade off.
And I get the lab
Oh,
coat.
here's a lab coat. It's full of markers for you. So.
Zach, you didn't do Instagram, right?
Good luck.
Thank you. I think I'll need it.
Hey man, look at my lab coat. It's full of markers.
Full of markers.
There's a marker in my
So how do you
pocket.
feel? How do you think he
Probably.
picked up what you were
Or am I
putting
just happy to
down?
see
He
you? I don't
layered
know.
the concepts.
Oh, he's getting shut down. I'm not even gonna look that board. I should wipe it down. I'm gonna come up with a. What's that?
Oh yeah.
Networking and building up the systems, but we'll hit that around too.
Yeah, for sure. How confident are you feeling, Tim? Do you feel like you can emulate what he put down?
I feel stupendous.
Stupendous. That was not in your lesson. That is a mark.
Even better now.
All right, guys. You have 4 minutes to teach your concept to Connor.
All right, so you want to run kind of a computer on top of another computer. Why? I don't know. You take that up with your manager. All I know is you're going to have these big-ass expensive machines.
Big-ass expensive machine.
They're full of the sexiest computer steroids possible. They got lots of memory. They got lots of CPUs.
Memory, CPU,
They run really fast.
really fast.
They're real expensive. You got a bunch in there like in a rack in some building that you have to keep cool or it'll burst into flames.
Okay.
All right, people gotta watch these all the time. These are called hypervines. Wait, no, they're not. Hypervisors. You could see.
You said hypervines.
Nah, hypervisors. That's not a He-Man villain. I didn't make this up. Hypervisors. All right. So the hypervisors then they're kind of doing a lot of heavy lifting, and on them you got your servers because we're talking about server virtualization. So here's these virtual ass servers. They're kind of living like Pac-Man ghosts. They look like Pac-Man ghosts. The teacher taught me this. They're like Pac-Man ghosts living on these hypervines. But, I mean, all that is like an operating system. You get overcharged for that by Windows. It's all big racket. What are you going to do? Point is, these things got to run over to these other things called switches.
Okay.
These are other machines, and, I mean, they're basically just funneling the information around. They're all connected up with these hypervines. All right, that's cool. They're switching stuff on and off. And then they have to then run... I am just happy to see you. Wow, I'm defeated by a marker. All right, these guys run. I think these are connected. I'm not quite sure. But these are connected to all the actual hard drives. I forget what that's called, but they don't have the hard drives in the Hypervine. I got all the hard drives of all your files and all that shit living on this big brick of mumbo jumbo. It's got, like, all of them. All the hard drives for all the shit that's supposed to be running on here, just sitting there. So when this thing wants to run somebody's Windows server, Linux server, whatever the hell, whatever their failing company embezzling funds is doing, farming out their IT to someone else.
Very in-depth.
That's right. So they're going and said, hey, I want to do the thing. And so it sends the command. It goes through the switch. It pulls it out of this bank of hard drives. All right, that's cool. If and when their corporate espionage rivals figure out how to kill that whole hypervisor system and try to knock down their stock prices, because of the magic of server virtualization, somehow all these Pac-Man ghosts that are the virtual server computers get funneled over into the other hypervine system where they live like refugees, and hopefully they're actually accepted. And hopefully no immigration legislation gets passed that prevents this from happening. Otherwise, the share price will go down. Investors will be very sad.
Is that a sad face?
That is a sad face.
Okay. He looks kind of grumpy.
Yeah, well, you would be too if you lost all that money right before retirement. Anyway, that's how server visualization or virtualization works.
Okay.
You can visualize the virtualization through this helpful diagram. Yeah. That's what you meant.
Yeah, hypervisors.
Hypervisors.
Got these squares here. These are not ghosts, but they're Pac-Man ghosts.
They're Pac-Man ghosts representing computer servers.
These things over here.
It's a bank of memories.
Memory bank.
These are the switches. They're like,
Switches.
you know.
Sad face.
Well, that's if everything goes wrong and you can't get your
What
servers
goes
over.
That is up. Pencils down.
That's a marker.
There's a marker. That is
All
correct.
Man.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I got this.
You got this. You're good.
Yeah.
He doesn't have this.
I don't think he's going to have this.
Hi.
Are you guys talking about me?
No. All right. So we're gonna change that to our next students and change our jacket. How do you think he taught that? How do you think Tim did?
It sounded pretty good, actually. I think he got a lot of the notes there, the key concepts, like the Pac-Man ghosts. Run the servers.
He caught on to the important details for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything about a Wii, which I was upset about.
That's true.
He missed that.
We did cover Switch.
Yeah, we did cover Switch. It's
which
true.
is the Wii evolved.
We evolved. Yeah, we went to the next step. Would you feel comfortable in buying one of his classes?
I believe I would pay for a class.
Yeah. Well, what would you pay for one of Tim Wolf's premium Switch classes? Or
let's say 27 cents.
27 cents.
Am I gonna get a certificate of completion, or
You will get a Pac-Man tattoo.
Okay.
That is how people will know you passed his training.
Then I'll pay for it.
Then a free tattoo, basically, right?
That's worth it. I think
It's
that's
not
worth
a
it.
good tattoo.
Oh. Is it like stick on?
Yes,
Okay.
it's one of the ones where you put
It's-
the water.
You get it out of the machine. You gotta lick
machine.
it.
You have to lick it.
Yeah. Yeah. There
Or
we
Tim
go.
will look it for you. Actually,
Oh.
that's how you know it's
Well, then
authentic.
I'd pay more for that.
He paid more, 30 cents. All right. How are you feeling, man? Are you ready to learn?
Oh, I guess it's the after effects of the mic drop. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a mic pick up.
Yeah.
All right. You
I
have
dropped a sweet
3
rhyme.
minutes, my friends, instead of 4
Oh man, I'm
to
ready.
teach your lesson. But you had a very competent teacher, so I think you can do this.
You got this.
Hopefully the Adderall helps. Let's do it.
All right. So, I'm going to level with you, man. This is going to be bumpy. Teacher had some markers in his pocket, and he was happy to see me. So, here's the thing I remember the most.
All right.
You have these boxes. I believe they're rectangles. It's one of those rules, you know. Every rectangle is a square, but not every square is a rectangle. So, anyway, you have these. You're going to have gobbledygook.
That's the scientific word for it, right?
Yes.
All right, got it.
I am a scientist. You see the lab coat. Then you have CPU, which stands for something, and then really fast. See?
Uh-huh.
Now, you also have these boxes. I believe they're switches. I believe that is what they're for.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what they're for. Again, I had to get HR involved with that teacher. And then you have these Pac-Man ghosts.
All
What
right.
they're for,
That's what I know.
they're for something. Waka waka. Anyway, there's just a whole lot of them. Blinky, Stinky, Pinky, Finky. You know, they're all there. And then you have this memory bank over here, or bank of memories, that have also Pac-Man ghosts. The rest of them are there. Minky, Blinky, Rafiki. They're all there. And they're over here. Wow, I won't go there. I don't know if you've noticed, but there are some social commentaries I don't get to make. Now, what happens is, let's say this thing fails and it doesn't work, and oh no, the stock market of this one is useless. Get out of there, stock market. We don't need you. And then stock market prices will go down. Go down there, stock market prices. Who needs you? And then someone will be very sad, like rats.
Rats. Okay.
Yes.
So memory goes here, but if
Yes.
happens
And this is
down-
all in your computer.
That's a new word.
Yes. And I'm going to spell it exactly how it's spelled. There we go.
I've been wrong my whole
The entire time. Luckily, I'm here to teach you all about, what is it we're learning again?
Yeah, what is it we're learning?
That thing.
Thing. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
That thing. There you go.
I feel the knowledge.
Are you letting it set in?
Yeah.
All right, let's breathe in the knowledge. Ah, yes, that is, I believe in learning through meditation,
Okay. So
through
like,
yoga. God, how much more time can I use up?
dude, we got
0 seconds.
There we go.
we got a gobbledygook CPU, really fast.
Yes.
Memory bank, and that thing. I think I have a degree now.
Don't forget, it's all about computers.
It's all about computers. So you feel confident now, right? You've been educated.
I feel
Educated, yeah. All right, so we're gonna pass off our jacket, and then
That went off the rails so quick.
You are actually the last person, which means that you're gonna be teaching back to our expert.
I think we've distilled this down to the key concepts. so
Yeah, no,
I'm-
yeah, he's gonna try to teach you what you taught originally. You
Excellent.
might learn something actually.
I think I'm gonna learn a lot.
No, yeah, I think so. We're gonna trade jackets off, and yeah, we're gonna have you join him up there right now.
All right.
No, it's just me.
Doing it?
I'm next, right?
Yeah, Dylan's next.
Oh, Dylan is next. Dylan is next.
You might want to erase the board real quick. Teach.
Where do we have it like eraser?
I forgot Dylan existed for a second.
Class will be in session.
All right. I hope you learned a lot.
You know, I learned that like this is fair.
Are you a left-hander?
Are you a left-hander or a right-hander?
I'm a right-hander.
Okay, you
Switch
get on this side.
sides.
All right, let's do this.
Let's see. The chat is saying, so the lower box ejaculates Pac-Man ghosts at the CPU box.
Yes.
What the hell are you guys learning and teaching?
We are learning you have a Class A teacher.
Why don't you just
He has his Pac-Man certificate and everything.
This is
don't pass notes in class.
Pac-Man killed my. I feel like I'm cheating. That's like.
You're getting demerits. At least 2.
All right,
I'd
fine.
go for 3 demerits.
3 demerits. He's the
3
expert.
demerits.
What's the timer? How much
Yeah,
time?
what's
how much
the
Timer
time
is
limit?
set to 2 minutes.
2
man.
minutes?
Oh God! All right,
Okay.
so we got a
That's
sex
way
session
more than
going
you
in.
need.
All right,
All right.
it's about as good. All right, let's see if I remember grade A class teaching coming from. So we got these rectangles coming through, right?
Okay.
Super good rectangles, which are kind of like squares, but not as far as what I was told. You know?
Like an elongated square, one might say.
Yeah, exactly. You
All
know
right.
what I mean? They say be there, be square, but these rectangles said, "Fuck it, I don't want to be either."
Got
It's
it.
great. And so then we got a gobbledygook. That's what I remember. Yeah. And gobgook. We're just gonna call it gobgook.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
shorthand.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's good. Yeah.
It's a
And
good
then
song from Sugaros.
Sugaros.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. And then we got
They're not Japanese.
CP.
They're Swedish.
you. Goes to show how much I learned.
Icelandic.
All right. Then we got a
You
CPU,
get the timer
but
at
the
bottom.
most important part, this is where the Pac-Mans come into
Okay.
play. This is where the Pac-Mans come into play. So we got like little Pac-Mans, and I could see how this was really hard for me.
Are those the ghosts or the Pac-Man?
Those
You
are
have
the
a
ghosts.
minute.
So like
The
the
ghosts.
Pinky, Finky, Stinky, all that kind of stuff.
I didn't know they
coming
had names, but okay.
through. Yeah, no, they do, and they got different colors, and they're great. No, throwback. All right, and then
I get it. You don't have to draw anymore.
All right, cool. And then we got the last one, which was the memory. The memory, right? This was like the memory coming through.
Okay.
And this goes to
30
this.
seconds.
All right, this goes to here, and if that fails, then everything goes really badly. That doesn't work out as well. And
How do you? What are the? What do you?
so-
what is this?
so that's a really good question that I should have brought up.
No, yeah,
that-
you
that
got it.
wasn't, that wasn't
No, you
really
got this. I
explained.
know
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's there somewhere.
It's there.
And
yeah.
hopefully it'll just spew onto you.
Onto me. Yeah.
Yeah,
But if you
so-
could spew it onto me,
That would help.
that
Yeah.
would help.
All right.
You have a whole 10 seconds to do that.
All right, cool.
Woo!
Or not.
Oh, wow.
Or
That
not.
was
That was a good lesson.
Yes, it was good.
How are you feeling, Dylan? Do you feel
I feel
educated?
awful.
awful.
I feel
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
I feel like
awful.
I feel like you
Awful.
didn't deserve that lab coat.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
But
Next exercise.
I can make do.
All
is
right,
the, is
cool.
the yeah
I mean,
yeah.
You should
So-
see the before, like.
Oh yeah,
it'll-
I'm
it'll
sure
work.
yours was even worse than this.
Okay. It was.
Before you
it
go
was.
up
It was
there,
fun, man. It was
I gotta
fun.
ask you, how do you think your lessons have gone so far? The pass down.
Down, yeah.
Down.
Down, yeah.
Down,
I think
okay.
down.
But do you still believe you're going to learn something when you go up there?
Everybody has something to learn,
That's fair.
and everybody has something
Philosophical.
to teach. Yeah, so I think I'm going to get a lot from this. I'm hoping to earn a new certificate in server virtualization.
You want another one?
That's what
we
we were
only had
talking
that
about?
one Pac-Man.
Well, we had the one, yeah.
That tattoo, but
Yeah, but
all right.
Oh,
I think
He has
that-
high hopes.
You're going to learn.
This is a positive person.
This is a positive person.
All right, let's do it. Switchy.
Switchy. Oh god, I feel the dumbness coming back.
All right, if you can hold this for a second.
I sure can.
Put the markers in the jacket. That makes way more sense than how we've been doing it, which is putting it on the floor.
I was an innovator.
You started this.
He's the innovator.
I like
yeah.
it. Good job. You do deserve
right,
that
so we
virtual
have
virtual.
Another
service-
2 minutes on the clock
serviceization.
because we want to make sure the information gets passed around properly.
I will give you all of the information without
And,
cheating.
Dylan is fully prepared to go now.
Oh, okay. All right. So today you're going to be learning about server virtualization. I know that because I
good.
spelled it 10 times to get ready for the show. Do I know what it is? We'll see.
I want to know.
You will know. Okay. So there is a square.
Squares. Simple.
Then
stuff.
there's what some people call long squares.
I like
Now
this.
these long squares have ghosts, Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
So it's a haunted square.
It's a haunted square. I think those are the DuckTales kids' names. But
Does Scrooge McDuck come in?
there is a Scrooge too. He's over
Okay.
here.
Big beak on there. There we go.
Does he have a hat?
I think the top hat works.
That's a cane, by the way. That's
Yeah.
not what you think it is. So Scrooge is connected via circuits.
You have a minute.
I haven't. Okay.
I drew a lot more boxes on this thing.
There
than I said.
were 3 squares and 3 what Ramiro calls elongated squares.
elongated squares.
Duck, ghosts.
Goose.
More duck.
So
more
boxes,
ghosts.
yeah, more boxes of ducks and ghosts. Yeah.
CPU, the one thing I know, computer
That's the right first word.
processing.
No, it's actually not the first word, but go ahead.
Central
Central.
Oh.
Yeah,
processing unit.
that's right.
I know it's there. I don't know what it does as far as circuits.
You have
are
20
concerned.
seconds.
Circuits. Okay. The last one, guess what's in it?
More ghosts.
More ghosts.
Ducks.
More ducks.
Okay.
You got it. I think you understand what I'm
getting
trying to
this,
get
yeah.
across.
10.
Now, if this doesn't connect to this, server overload.
That could be bad.
Server overload is
Yeah.
what they so we call it a dead duck.
And pencils down.
Dead duck. Okay.
All right. How did I do?
This was informative.
I thank you.
I've got work to do tomorrow on systems virtualization.
So you
I
take this
think.
to work when you go back.
I need to get a screenshot of this so I can bring it.
I'll save
and-
one
and
for you.
Work off of it at the office tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. I'm okay with
That'd
that.
be super helpful.
Zach, what's next?
Oh my
What are we up to?
gosh. We're gonna take a little intermission break, and you're gonna come join me back on the couch.
All right.
But we're gonna switch mics
Sexy
here
time.
All right. Yeah. So sexy time for you on the couch.
because I like to ask questions from the right side for some reason, and we talked about rotating so you could show off both of your sides.
Yeah, we can switch. We can keep it switched up. I like.
We'll
to,
just like I said, we'll switch in
top
between
and
everything.
bottom, left
So,
and right.
welcome
Yeah.
to our halftime show. I'm going to ask you 4 questions, all selected by me. I know
Okay.
all of the answers. They're all multiple choice. For each question you get correct, you get to throw a wrench into one of the next person's or teacher's rounds. So, for instance, i.e. example, you can, if I said they had to dance while telling something, they would have to do that. For
Okay.
specific things that I
Sure,
mentioned.
sure.
So I'm going to ask you 4 questions, and each one you get right, you get to use something against them.
Awesome.
All right. And your first question is, if I can read it, which you can't look at.
Yeah, I won't look. I'll be looking. Off
I
in the
just made it
distance.
on a very clear paper, which is the issue.
It's okay. I can't read.
Neither can I. In which year did Elvis die?
1970s.
A. 1997. B. 1999. C. 1985. Or D. 1979.
I'm gonna say it was. Well, I thought it was 77, but I'll go with 79 if that's what you've got on the paper.
You believe Elvis died in 1979,
Or Elvis is not dead.
which was also D, which is also incorrect. My Wikipedia article, which we all base correct on, says 1997, which does not sound right to me.
It was 77, which is what I first said.
I think it is 77, actually. We'll give you that because I think I saw a 9 as a 7.
That's a pretty sad state of dyslexia that you're suffering from.
What year? Oh, we're
It
finding
was
out.
1977.
1977. You were correct before I even answered that, so you
Yeah,
get that
I
one
didn't
correct.
even need the multiple choices.
This is a question that hopefully you would know.
I hope so.
Who is credited for inventing the first computer? A. Charles Babbage. B. William Outred. C. Bill Gates. Or D. Tracy Morgan.
I definitely know it's not Tracy Morgan. I'll probably
Why?
say.
Is this a
What?
cultural thing?
Yes, it's because he's black. No, it's because he's a comedian, and we all
That's
know
true.
comedians can't build a computer. Hence
us. I call
what
it
we've
circuit.
already seen. No, I'm gonna say it was Charles Babbage.
That is correct.
Hooray!
That's 2. I mean, you even got one that wasn't correct. You
I had to
you wrote
correct.
an E in on the
I
A
had to
B C
correct it
D.
for you.
Question 3. You're gonna get all of these at this point. In which season? This is a question for me. In which season of Dragon Ball Z did Goku first achieve Super Saiyan level 1? Season 1, A. B. Season 2. C. Season 3. And D. Season 4.
I'm gonna go with season 3, but I don't know why.
C is correct. Dragon Ball Z's first appearance of a Super Saiyan 1 was when he was fighting Frieza. It's lame that you got that. You have 3 out of 4. But this last one is specifically me.
Okay.
What is my favorite snack food?
Is this multiple choice?
Yes. I want you to get A. Popcorn. B. Pickles. D. Candy. Or C. Almond chips.
I'm gonna go with popcorn.
Ooh, no. The correct answer, and it's because it's my binge recently, is almond chips.
Ah. Well, my favorite snack food would be popcorn, and
Well, that's
it
incorrect.
was an option.
It's
so
about me, not about you. All right, you got
That's the
3 out of
question
4
with me.
correct. That's actually really good. So here are the things you can do. The first thing you can choose to do is at the end of a sentence, the comedian has to cha-cha real slow. At the end of each sentence, real slow. The other thing he can do is, have you ever seen the Lucky Charms commercial?
I have.
He has to, in character, teach you like the Lucky Charms character, the beloved one that does the commercials. You know who I'm talking about.
Sure. Lucky.
Lucky. 3, they have to sing their lesson as in a musical about the topic you're teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And the 4th thing they can do is whenever you point at them, they have to say science is cool no matter what they're doing. And this is a you-involved thing.
Okay.
You have a lot of control on that. So we will let you choose as we're going which one of these you want to choose. You have 3 of them.
I can do 3 of the 4.
3 of the 4.
Okay. Let's see. We'll do the first 3.
First 3.
Pointing in science is cool. We all know science is cool.
We all
We're
know
all
science
nerds.
is
I'm
cool.
not gonna like.
All right, cool. So you can choose to do this to whoever you want, even, I guess, yourself, but that would be weird. You can choose to do this at the first, last, middle, beginning, end, whatever.
Okay.
All right, cool.
And
So
it's one per.
one per, yep. So you have
Okay.
3 in total.
Excellent.
All right, and so moving on to our next round. What is the topic for our next round?
We're going to dive further into virtualization. We're going to talk about application and desktop virtualization.
The application and desktop virtualization.
Yes.
All right, awesome. All right, cool. So we're going to have you go up there, put the fancy smart jacket on, and you're going to teach our first person, which we do in reverse this round, by the way, guys. It's from last to first this time. So starting out first will be Dylan.
So
as
I don't have
our-
to teach it backwards, correct?
You do,
Oh.
actually. Everything in this round is reversed.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Everything is reversed.
You see that split in your hair?
Yeah.
Other way.
I've got to reverse it? Okay.
Do the other side. There you go.
Okay.
Perfect.
There we go.
All right.
Cool.
What am I learning again? I'm
You
sorry.
have 5 minutes to start off.
All right, we're going to talk about application virtualization, that was a cap going down.
Yeah.
And we're going to, it's going to be the delivery of
Go.
systems, desktops to devices in a office IT environment.
I heard all of that.
Sure. Yeah, I know you're already an expert on this, so
Mhm.
we're going to just jump right in. And so the first part of application virtualization is we're going to start with the SANs and the servers, the hypervisors that we were talking about earlier. Oops, let me just write.
It's not what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it's just ghosts and Pac-Man and
That's
dots
what
and
I
stuff
know.
like that. Yeah. So we've got our SANs, which is just going to be a box of hard disks, and then we've got our hypervisors, which are going to have a CPU and a little bit of memory in there. And on top of each one of those, hypervisors, we're going to be running this time instead of a server operating system like Windows Server or Linux, we're going to be running like Microsoft
dropping all the caps.
Windows.
Ooh, I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a bunch of Windows operating systems on this box. And we actually have like a ton of these things, we have like 10 of them or something like that, or it doesn't matter. It's an arbitrary number.
Is that a number?
That's a number. That's a 1 and a 0.
Oh, got it.
Binary for 2.
Ooh.
And so what we're going to have on there is we're going to run our desktop operating systems. And then what's going to happen is we're going to have somebody bring in like an iPad or something like that. And we're just going to drop a cap there. We're going to bring in like an iPad, and we're going to be able to connect wirelessly to our network infrastructure. And on this iPad, what we're going to do is we're going to deliver that Windows operating system.
Would you like some help?
No, I got it. And we're going to go ahead and they're going to connect that Windows operating system to their iPad, right? And so they get their little desktop and they get all their little icons on the iPad by connecting to our hypervisor. And what they're going to use an interface here as a virtual application or virtual desktop interface. And so what that's going to do is it's going to provide the operating system, the OS, and we're also going to provide applications. So we might have Word and Excel and Microsoft Outlook. And what we're going to do is we're going to provide these applications to the end user's device, whatever that device is, just however they connect. So if they happen to come in with like a Microsoft Surface, or let's say you can even connect with like a little Raspberry Pi or something like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to be able to connect any one of those devices through the virtual application interface. So each one of these guys is they're going to go connect here, and then we're going to go down to the Microsoft Surface. Another one of these is going to connect here. Whoops, there we go. And that's going to go down to like a Raspberry Pi.
Are you telling me you
can a monitor
you can
here.
swipe right on the Raspberry Pi?
If we can get Tinder or Grindr on a Raspberry Pi, we could totally swipe right or left.
Oh my!
Yeah.
This is good stuff.
Pretty
Is
impressive.
it basically? This is the same thing people use to play bananas on Overwatch and stuff like that, right?
I don't know because I don't know what Overwatch is.
It's like the 10th time you said that today.
Yeah, 15 times before I got here. But so what's going to happen is we're going to go ahead and deliver virtual applications and stuff like that. And so this system here is going, the virtual application infrastructure and the virtual desktop infrastructure is going to provide, we're going to create an abstracted version of an application, so it can be delivered to any one of these devices because it's really just running on a Windows device, on a Windows desktop back over in.
Are these essentially just acting as monitors?
They're like a dumb terminal.
Okay.
That are just delivering the application to that dumb terminal. But in this case, this is like a bring your own device situation. So a user can come in to an office and just turn on their iPad and use, full-fledged Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word on their iPad, and then they walk away and it's gone because they're no longer in the building.
Okay.
So, it's delivered only for the time that they're using that computer. And
is this purposefully supposed to look like you're playing football? Because this is oddly like that of a scrimmage. That's not the word. I don't know the football
I think
terms
that's
either.
The right term.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know that term either.
Yeah, okay.
That's another game I don't know.
Let's
The
agree.
football- Yeah.
Football and Overwatch are the
Two games I don't know.
You don't
Every
know.
other game I actually know.
Got it.
But what's going to happen too with the application? Oh, no.
It's over. I asked too many questions.
I was very into it.
I asked too
Yeah.
many questions.
Yep.
But I learned a lot.
Did you? Do you feel confident that you can teach?
I can teach. You may not know this, Zach, but I have taught before.
You are actually a teacher. This is an unfair advantage.
This is an
I
unfair
feel like
advantage.
we're gonna
I'll
have
leave you
to
with
change that a little bit.
Why? Why is
possibly.
that?
Because we need the information to be passed down in a way that challenges you as an individual.
But he has 3 wrenches to throw, and he would never throw that wrench at me.
Of course he wouldn't.
I'm his favorite student.
Or would you?
I possibly would. Now, what are my 3 wrenches again?
You
Just go
can
ahead
make
and-
him cha-cha
cha-cha.
real slow at the end of each
What about a
sentence.
rhomba or a
A
samba?
rhomba, whatever he chooses to be the cha-cha, I
Okay.
guess. Cha-cha is usually like a
Cha-cha, real smooth.
Cha-cha.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
We
can
all
go
we
with
all
that.
went to high school,
Yeah,
and
went to high
or at least we
school.
did.
He can
Yeah.
sing it to
Sing it.
his teachee,
And there was a Lucky Charms.
and then he can choose to take on the persona of the Lucky Charms character.
I have a
Maybe
request. Tim would really like to do Lucky Charms.
Tim
Tim
would
does
like
not
do
get to
Lucky
choose.
I know
his
Tim doesn't get to
punishments.
choose, but it just he's very good at the Irish accent.
He wants to show it off.
He wants to show it off. That's just a request, not a
Demand.
not a demand.
That's another demerit. For talking
You
out of
demand.
class.
I'm sorry.
Do you want to use one on this one or save it for one of the next three?
I'm gonna use one now.
Ah,
We're
shit.
gonna go ahead and just kick it off with
Okay.
kick it off with one. And I think on this we'll do a
Cha-cha.
we'll do. I'm hearing a cha-cha. There's like a whisper
Don't
of a
choose.
cha-cha.
No,
Which
don't
one?
listen to him.
Yeah.
You haven't seen my cha-cha.
So what was my second option? It was the
That
sing
is
it.
the sing. Yes.
Okay, excellent. We're gonna sing.
David,
this one.
look at this though.
Okay. 4 minutes on the clock, please. Thank you. You already have
Damn it. Oh, wait, hold on. wait, wait.
All right, let's do that. Oh wow, this was looking nice.
So, Dylan has
Ah.
to teach lesson by song.
Purposefully
which
chose
is
to
amazing.
skip. Purposefully chose to skip the singing workshops at the box. Go check it out; they're great. Skip the improv musical workshops, so I didn't have to do this.
All right.
So, just so you know,
I'm ready.
Dylan is not a fan of musicals, which is ironic enough that he is now going to perform a musical for us, starting now.
Ramiro,
See.
do you know the CPU? I sing for you. Do it in blue. Is that what a musical sounds like?
It's Asian. It's Mexican. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything.
Sing to me. Sing to me.
I'm sing to you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Let me put. Let me. This is what I remember.
Oh, okay. Please tell me.
Football. Goes to
Oh,
a board.
No. Okay.
A board of Microsoft Office and Microsoft Outlook, and I'm sure they have another office. And that board goes to a tablet. Do you like tablets? I like tablets. You touch the tablet. You
Yeah,
swipe
touch
right.
It, touch it. Touch
You
it,
swipe left.
Okay.
You get the Tinder.
Get
This
Tinder.
over here
Uh-huh.
comes down here. This over here comes down to here.
Oh, yeah.
The Tinder is what you get when you do it on the PC. PC
see.
virtual Tinder. PC virtual Tinder.
Alright.
This
Yeah.
is your board. I'm wrong. This is your board.
This is the board. Okay.
The board allows this
Uh-huh.
to go through this
Uh-huh.
and then through this.
Okay.
Now, when this is what you access, you type 2. 0, 1 is binary. That equals 2. Now, in Spanish, dos. That is it.
See.
So, to repeat my thing.
Football X's. You said.
I
Yeah.
was on a roll there for a minute.
Okay. Keep it going, man. I
Okay.
believe in you.
All right, all right.
2 minutes.
No, ask a question so I can give you something. 'cause
Okay.
I-
What the hell? What are these X's? What do they do? I know it's football, but like, what are this?
Ramiro.
Yes.
This is a PC, like a computer,
BCIC.
PCUC, in the server room. This goes connect to a virtual board. Board is connect to the real PC. The virtual board allows us to connect to a tablet, to an Android, to an iPhone. This is racist. if you
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but it's fine.
my last name's Garcia. If
Orale, me too, man.
me too. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
For real,
Ramiro.
serio.
Hey!
Sombreros.
I want to do the cha-cha regardless of him.
You're not
offering-
singing that.
I'm sorry.
You do the cha-cha real smooth.
Cha-cha real smooth.
All right, board. Yeah. Stuff.
So, so to be clear, this is what you want. To connect to this,
Mm-hmm.
then connect to this. I may have said that 5 times, but I forget the rest of this
Okay.
because I am singing
30 seconds.
in this format.
Who's Matt? That is format. Oh, format.
Format.
Okay.
Format.
I'm like, no, I'm Ramiro, not Matt.
Please listen to me. I give, you might be. I only say that now because with me rhymes with be. So, if you are using a computer at home, you can attach it to a virtual board. I've lost the music. I've lost the
You
music.
are out of time.
You don't
God.
have
If
the
you were
music
to
in
ask
you.
me if I understand that, it'd be like in Espanol. No.
That is the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my life.
Really?
No, probably not.
I feel
Top five?
serenaded. I feel like I just watched the newest release from Disney Pixar.
I really wish we would have just gotten Scott
This-
here.
this
It's like
instead.
Coco too.
Yeah, this is literally.
was Coco too.
Yeah.
I made
This
the
is-
sequel to Coco.
Yeah,
Everybody.
right there.
How do you feel? Do you feel like the lesson, the singing lesson, was informative?
You know, I feel musical knowledge flowing within me, and
Knowledge about the topic.
the topic probably not, but
okay.
but musical knowledge and passion definitely.
Those
is in
were
me.
there.
Yeah,
you need.
I
it was,
threw.
it
I
was
put
there.
my all in there.
It was.
He put his all.
all
I
you need.
felt. Yeah. it was
I just
glad
want
and
us all to
passion.
appreciate this drawing.
It
for a moment.
flows like a river
Like a river.
that was polluted.
I may have just drawn over it 100 times.
Just to reiterate that the TCPCIC.
Okay, so we're gonna switch out our
Alright,
our
alright,
teachers and our teachees.
Alright.
So how do you feel about your lesson being turned
David,
into
you're an
a
asshole.
musical?
That's all I got to say.
I know I'm an asshole. I think it went better musically. I actually regret not singing it myself
Oh yeah,
because it seemed to flow a lot better
Yeah.
in that format.
no, yeah, for sure. I learned quite a bit actually, specifically probably because it was musical. You know, as compared to spoken word.
Well, you just get so much more out of musical. I mean, it's so expository. You get more out of the characters
Yeah.
and the way the information is being represented or presented to the audience. I think it works a lot better as a format.
I now see why Disney Pixar does not make a
I'm
single
going to suggest
musical
this
movie.
to the certificate authorities for the presenters for.
The Grammys.
Well, no, I wouldn't sing those at all. But I'm
okay.
saying for systems management
No, yeah,
classes,
you
I'm going to
should.
suggest that it be taught musically.
I think you should. I think why hasn't it been done so far? There's like a stigma against music apparently. We need to fight this. Okay, moving on.
All right. Say it couldn't be done.
Are you ready to teach your lesson to your new student?
All right. Yeah. Little teachy over here.
Yep.
Let's
We
do
have
this.
3 minutes on the clock.
3
yes.
minutes now.
And
Alright.
do you feel that you want to enhance the lesson in any way?
Oh, I forgot about that.
I'm gonna skip enhancement
We're
on
gonna
this
skip
one.
this
We're
one.
gonna go with
Because I'm adorable. All right.
All right.
Let's do this.
You have to start now.
All right, cool. So get this. We got a whole program over here that this is the PC. You see?
I got it.
All right, cool. PC has a bunch of X's here, right? And this translates to binary, right?
Okay.
Like a bunch of zeros and ones and stuff like that. And so this creates the program that we initially start off with,
Okay.
right? So Big Daddy PC over here. And then you want it to connect further down to like lesser things, kind of like, say, like a tablet or something, right?
Right.
So this would be a tablet coming down from here. So you got all the information. This is going to be crossing down here. So it has like the binary stuff and all the coding and information down here, which means that this is, oh man, I just keep thinking about his passionate singing.
If you wanna
rather
sing
than
it, you
lessons.
Sing
Sing
it.
it.
Sing it to me.
So,
Serenade me.
serenade. Oh man. Well,
Come on, bitch.
You have a minute and 50
oh
seconds.
bitch. Oh no. Okay.
Oh, bitch.
Don't even trip, dog. We got this. Was that a Rick and Morty reference? Yes, it
Look
was.
at us. We're just
There
a
we
bunch of
go.
nerds.
All right, so this could actually be used to further go in with like different apps. So this is going to be basically having applications kind of like Office and Microsoft Word and different stuff like that. So these applications can actually be transferred onto like phones, like Androids and stuff like that. So
Right.
you have your Androids and you have like your little phones and whatever else has whatever else you have on here, and it could run different applications like Tinder, for instance.
Oh.
Like Tinder, the chat snaps, all of that good stuff. So basically,
I don't know what you're assuming about me, but
that.
I've never heard of Tinder before.
Yeah, I thought it was like a candy or something, and they were really wrong. I was really wrong on that one.
Disappointment flavored.
Andy.
So you got the PC, right? You got the PC going down to the tablet, going down to the tablet, going down to the applications, applications going through. You got the Tinder, and I'm really sad and lonely because this got the Tinder. Basically, you got a bunch of information.
That
crossing down.
was awesome.
Yeah. All
You have
right.
30 seconds.
All right, so you
Aziz.
got a bunch of.
Come on, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
All right. So we got basically you got your main PC with all the different information encoding going through different tablets. So using binary and whatever coming through is going to connect to this, which allows you to use it on your phone and tablet and stuff like that. That's about all I got. Now I'm thinking about Coco, the sequel of Coco, and how I want Aziz Ansari to voice it now. Mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
And your time is up. Yes.
Can I make a request?
Yes.
So we have a lively chat right now. I know he only has. Oh shit. We already went past somebody that didn't have one. But if we wanted to ask maybe if the chat wants to choose one for the last two.
chat. Do you want to choose one?
Yeah.
You want to choose one for the next contestant? We have
Yeah.
3 available.
Well, we have 2 more available, I think.
Yeah, I know, but if they were going to choose, I'll give them the full pool, I guess.
Okay.
Since
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
Involved.
Yeah.
So what's available, chat? So we're overriding our expert. I apologize. For
This is
that's
live
right.
television, ladies and gentlemen.
The 3 that is
Thank you.
left is for our next contestant. They either have to take on the persona of the Lucky Charms character, they have to cha-cha real slow at the end of each sentence while telling the information, or whenever the expert points at them,
Teamwork.
they have to say, "Science is cool," every time he points at them, which could be permanently, I guess.
Science is cool.
And I guess
Aggressively
we're
points.
going to
Personal
give
request.
you guys the power
Science
of
is cool.
choosing the next punishment for our next
You
contestant.
have the power.
While they decide and we figure that out, how do you feel about that round?
It's going pretty well.
Yeah,
I think we're getting a lot of the good information in there. We definitely covered Tinder and binary.
Binary and
Touching on
Tinder.
the major points there.
There was no raspberry for the last 2 ones I noticed. No
There
one.
was, but they're actually innovating on this because I didn't even mention delivering applications to an iPhone
Oh, look at
or an
that!
Android, and
You did not.
they actually did figure out that was part of the.
Crap.
Okay.
Are we going Lucky Charms? That's what I was going to go with.
Lucky
so.
Charms.
God damn it. All right. Hoit.
All right, that's gonna be our next challenge, and it is, I believe, it was just 3 minutes on the clock, correct? So it is 2 minutes on the clock,
All right.
and we have 2 minutes on the clock, and you are going now. Go.
So my Irish accent's gonna go in and out as we do this. Oh, wow. And I need to get my clovers and balloons soon. Now, we were learning about something. There was a musical number. It was very good. See what I told you about the accent coming and going. Turn today.
What kind of Lucky Charms have you been eating, Lucky?
Well, young boy, the Lucky Charms you need to be keeping your hands off of, or here is my green balloon. Notice it's green. There's the clover. Keep your hands away from my Lucky Charms, you no good, dirty little child. And then you have the horseshoe. It's there too. Yes, and these are going to go into this thing over here, this box. There was a box here. Today's potatoes. And then you're going to go into this other box over here. They're after me Lucky Charms, but they think it's over here when secretly this is the real box of
We're gonna
Lucky
find
Charms.
those Lucky Charms, Lucky.
No, you're not. I hit it in a
drink.
very good place. The real box of Lucky Charms. Oh, man. So anyway, today's Lucky Charms. Yes,
You
they're
have 40
after them.
seconds.
30 seconds seems
40.
like a real long time when you're trying to keep up a pretty already crappy Irish accent.
We're gonna get those Lucky Charms in 30 seconds, Lucky.
And then here are those bastard little children coming up
Yeah,
with me
yeah,
Lucky
yeah.
Charms. They're like, we want.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
We're millennials. We like to take things.
no, you can't have me Lucky Charms. 30 days.
Special edition computer marshmallows.
And this is the thing we learned.
Support STEM education, kids.
Done. Pencils down.
That's bad.
Now it's specially marked boxes of Lucky Charms cereal.
This
You
stream's
can get
sponsored by.
a free computer thingy.
How do you feel about the that round?
This is certainly the type of box I was envisioning when I was going to create a new server virtualization box.
Yeah.
I was envisioning a Lucky Charms
You
box.
you would think that you would say that this round has been very charming, right?
It's yes.
Okay.
I'll give you the pun on that one. Or not the pun. That was
The comedy.
yeah. It's good. It's a pretty good round so far. I think we're
Yeah,
getting a
I
lot of
think
good
I
information
learned a
out
lot that round. I learned that he did not want his Lucky Charms to be touched by those dirty kids. That's important information in the tech world.
Don't touch kids' charms.
It's like
Wait.
an analogy for not letting kids use technology in a way, right? It's getting deep.
Yeah, you're keeping them away from learning what the real important information about how just technology, computer systems, and applications work.
Yep.
So meta.
It is a very
So
meta.
meta.
So you are now about to teach on to our expert here, right?
Yes.
And we have 2 more things left. So
I better get up there.
yeah, so we had the chat choose last time. How are we doing it this time? I guess the one expert had left over would be I want you to cha-cha. Look at me. Real slow at the end of each sentence.
Okay.
I would love if we had the cha-cha sound so we could play it every time, but I don't know if that is a feasible thing right now.
We're gonna do our best.
But we have 3 minutes on the clock, and you're going to try to teach the information back now.
All right. Box to your left. Box to your right. Cha-cha this move.
Do we cha-cha? Should we both?
Turn it out. Box to your left.
All right.
Box to your right. Cha-cha this move.
All right.
Charlie Brown.
We can do
I
this.
don't even know how that works. There's something to Charlie Brown. It's in the cha-cha.
Hey. Let's stick to
You have a
the-
minute and a half.
I need to learn this.
Dude,
I have a test tomorrow.
Lucky Charms. Cha-cha
That's
this
the
move.
lingo. And a slice of pizza. I remember the slice of pizza from Lucky Charms.
Box to your left. Box to your right. Crisscross. Crisscross.
That's-
Cha-cha this move.
Cha-cha.
How did
Turn it up. Turn it up. Cha-cha this move.
This is really similar to what I was explaining.
Server to
minutes
your
ago.
left. Visualization to your right. Cha-cha this move. Charlie Brown. I'm depressed.
40 seconds to relay the information.
We've got so much time here. We don't need 40 seconds.
Binary code to your left.
You've got this. You've got this.
Object-oriented code to your right.
I know those words.
Cha-cha this
Smooth
move.
now.
Crisscross.
Is that a cha-cha?
Do it.
Okay. I don't know.
And now it will be
That was
replaced by
it.
the Cupid Shuffle.
You have 10 seconds.
10 whole seconds.
You know, before it came the Macarena, then came the Cha-Cha, then came the Cupid Shuffle. Cha-Cha real smooth.
Cha-cha real smooth. Got it.
Bam, 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 bam,
I got a
bam,
lot
bam,
from
bam.
Turn it
All
up.
right, guys. that is the end of that. No more cha-cha or crisscross. Will you join me back on the couch?
I shall.
Mr. Experts. And we will bring the rest of our crew out here now. How do you feel that went?
I think it went pretty well.
Do you know how to cha-cha now?
I definitely got the cha-cha lesson, and
Did you nail the crisscross?
the crisscross was a little bit tough.
Okay, it's
I've
not
got a lot more to learn in that category, in that field, but
overall. How
I'm
do you
going to keep practicing. I've got notes here to
it is a very extensive note board.
Yeah.
Everyone at home take the time to mark this down because it's
I'll get the
free
crisscross off of that though.
information. Yeah, no crisscross.
Chat, I love you too.
It was really nice of you to
were
participate
very-
in the dance because you didn't have to.
It's true. You did not have
I
to.
felt obligated to. I mean, you don't want to go out there without a partner.
That was
David's
a special
a-
moment.
Yeah.
David's a team
It would have
player.
been nice if somebody was singing with me.
It's true. Usually in most musicals, it is one person at a time, though.
I
That's
don't
not
It
know.
true.
wasn't a choral number.
Yeah. So at the end of this, as usual, I would like you. How do you feel the class got as a grade? If you were to give them a letter grade based on their performance of relaying the information and the passion, intensity, and the love that was the lesson you taught them.
Due to the fact that we got object oriented in there right at the very last minute, I'm giving them a solid C++.
A C++. Even we know that reference.
Oh, thank you very much for being here, sir. I appreciate
Yeah,
it. And thank
absolutely.
all of you for being on here. What did each one of you learn today?
Anybody want to go first? I learned that Ramiro can suck my balls. Oh,
I learned that Pac-Man ghosts make the internet go round.
it's true.
You gonna go take it? You gonna take it? Solid
comedy.
words. Solid comedy. I learned that computers are fun. That's about
They
it.
can
Yeah.
be.
They can be.
Whatever you
Or
say next,
painful.
Connor, better be in fucking Irish.
You better be in Irish.
Well, give it to them.
I'm going to spend the next 30 days working on me Irish accent.
How many days?
30 days.
30 days.
30 days.
All right.
All right, let's go over to that at your screen real quick. All right, thank you very much, guys, for being an expert Schmexpert. It was fun. We learned something, I'm sure, at least one thing. Coming up tomorrow, which is our fucking, excuse the F-bomb, our amazing, awesome RPG show, Tales from the Undertaker, hosted by Michael, who is also known as the Ask a Pathfinder. He is our DM, and he's amazing and awesome, and I am also one of the characters on that show. And we will be continuing after we completed one of our main missions, so it's going to be like a lax into another, hopefully, epic storyline. It'll be very cool. You guys should tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. MST. I don't know what time it is for anyone else in the world.
But you know your time.
I know my time.
We're in MST, that's correct.
We are MST.
Yes.
7.
Mountain Standard Time on twitch.tv/Color Circuit
Also,
Live.
guys, please follow us on Instagram at color.circuit.live and Twitter. Twitter's probably one of the cooler places because we post a lot of shit on there and we can possibly be funny every once in a while.
Yeah, if you guys followed us, we would have cha-cha'd so hard. We would have
Cha-cha'd
cha-cha'd
so
real hard.
At
Ramiro
Color
would have even
Circuits.
sang.
Not even smooth.
All right. Thank you very much, guys.
30 days.
30 days.
30
And we
days.
are signing out.